Yo, Abby. Oh, T.O. How's it going? Yo, Cello. How's it doing, man? Okay, 1 second. Going on to Discord. Yo, Gallant. Oh my God, dude, Gallant, you were on fucking fire yesterday, man. Wait up. How was the thingy you went to last night? It was good, but it wasn't. I'm bummed. I was supposed to go to a thing, and my friend. I'm live for a minute on mine. I was supposed to go to a thing, and I was like excited, but like I don't do functions really well. And my friend, who I've been working with for a long time, he was like, "Yo, let's hang out." And I was like, "Cool, let's go to this thing." And he was just like, "Yeah, sounds good." And then he was like, "Are you sure you really want to go all the way east?" It was in Silver Lake. Yo, Hans. And I was like, I mean, I do, but, and he was like, "Why don't we just go to this place like up the street?" It was closer to him. It was closer to me. And I was just like, fuck. So I was like, all right, let's just go over there. So we didn't end up going to the function, which I feel a little bit bad about, but we did end up hanging out, and he is amazing. Yo, Big Cheese. His name is Jimmy. He's a rapper that goes, yo, Short Kitten. Yo, Zalula. Oh my God, where you been, man? Oh my God, I was thinking about you. It was a while ago now. But yeah, where have you been? Nice to see you. Also, oh my God, nice to see you over here too. It's just a little bit weird without mom, but it's something to get used to. But I mean, whatever. Mom is working on, okay, wait, dude. We're working on something, and it's going a bit, I mean, we're going to land the fucking plane, but it is, I can't stress it enough. It's Empire Strikes Back. I'm Yoga saying, yo, relax, be the forest. You are the forest. It's fine. And she's a little bit nervous, and so she can't grab the saber. Her connection is a little bit off. And I'm like, and I can't explain. I'm like, I don't know how to be like you. It's like I really, the thing I'm trying to explain to her is, the story you're looking to tell, but she's like, I don't know what I'm going to say, so why don't you help me come up with something to say? And I'm just like, just talk, just explain the story. And the thing is, she's trying to remember the story as opposed to say the story. And I'm like, your forest is messed up because you're talking from the library. And I'm like, dude, I promise you, And so I'm over here being like, I could explain the story 10 different ways because I know it. And she's just like, why don't you just do it? And I'm like, they don't want me to say this, So I'm like, I'll figure it out. But I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. I was supposed to hand something in the other day. And I'm going to hand something in, I think again, it's going to be fine. I'm going to hand something in on Sunday. So there's going to be something at the door on Monday. But wait, I'm on the preschool bus, just dropped off all my kids. Bro, you have missed so much chaos. They figured out how to make, oh my God. Dude, that's awesome. Kev, go check memes. Discord just posted something. Bro, your hair looks like a cloud of steel wool. Go Hop King, thank you. Yo, Scoobs. Dude, Zalula, wait, where have you been? But the thing is, I was saying, also, oh my God, yo, Gallant, I created a new channel that's disclaimer, and there's general, there's questions, there's clips. Okay, wait a second. Memes. I might be at my buddy's house. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny. um, wait up. Harvard University, um, to all whom the whom presents shall be greeted. Wait, Dr. Lily disclaimer Hayes. How do I make this bigger? Oh. Having honorary fulfilled all the requirements imposed by the authorities of Institute, the president of the trust. I don't even know. So 1 second. Okay, so it's all real. Um, Dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. Watch, it's also gonna be the funniest thing. I'm gonna show mom this, and she's gonna be like, "It's real." She's just like, "Okay, so how do we get this framed?" Oh my God, dude. Gallant. Yeah, dude, that's so funny. That's also, is that a good photo of like the that dog? It's all like clean. I've been teaching preschool and helping the youth develop the health development program and making our tribal Pokemon game. I've missed hanging out though. Dude, I found out about this plant that only grows here and called gnome plant. And it's pink and smells like cheese. Is it cute? Kevin, can we get a new channel called Liliosophy or Lilia? Yes, totally. That's like, isn't that's kind of like philosophy? That's why I want to make sure it looks legit 100%. No, she's going to be like, whoa. She's going to be like, whoa. Wait, what should we call it? But yes, we could totally do that as a channel. But so I hung out with a dude last night and his name is Jimmy, and Jimmy is a rapper and he's a songwriter, but he was on the last Sia record, and we've been making some stuff for a while, but not like on a big scale because he was living in Asheville. When I was in New York, he was in New York for a while, but then he moved to North Carolina. He's from North Carolina. Then I came out to LA per the pandemic. He was out somewhere else, and then he just moved here, and he's been doing well. And so he's making a lot of stuff, and he's just like, Kev, let's do some stuff. And I was just telling him about like this. I was telling him about the forest, and he's like, that's so weird. And it's funny because call it the Grove. Mom's philosophy. We got to come up with a good name. Lilosophy probably sounds better. Kevin should play Great God Grove sometime. Kevin should play Great God. What is that? Dude, Gallants, man, you had so many. It's also funny. The first question she really was in. Then it was like, what is going on? I also love that Jamie was just like, what are these questions? Maybe Lily and Kevin would enjoy Jack Box game. I don't even know what that is. Zalula, what is that? You know what? Let me look it up. Yo, Epeasy, how's it going? It was also so funny. I was telling Jimmy last night about this and just like me streaming here now because also Jimmy's been on this channel too, just talking, and I have some stuff of his that I'm going to be putting out in some time. And I was saying I've been streaming and I've been like learning about some things and blah blah blah. And and I was like, it's such a trip because it's like people, you know, I mean, it's like anything. It's like everyone has their own personality and this and that. And I'm like, dude, Epeasy comes through with like the Wikipedia, you know, it's just like every time I'm like, wait, what's going on? It's just like Big Cheese is coming at it from like his perspective, but then like Epeasy is like, this is like, you know, here it is, you know? And then I was just like, yeah, last night, you know, I was like earlier that last night, I was like, Gallant was like asking these questions, and it's like, I can't even start to explain it because there's so much Lilyisms. And he was like, oh my God, this is awesome because, you know, it blew my mind. He was talking about how I feel like we're an age, I guess we're like early mid 40s or from like mid 30s to mid 50s, maybe, I guess. Oh my God, Socrates. Socrates would be good. That's kind of it. It's just a matter of like there's a meme even in the thing, you know? Like I guess there should be like a homepage that says like this is Lily's, this is the whatever. But oh my God, here's the
I came now, honestly.
oh my God.
And this is honestly.
Where's your microphone, dude?
Again, I don't have a microphone. I'm leaving.
Look, yeah, trying to get fucking comfortable over here.
No. Honestly, I'm
dude,
not.
Look, I'll tell you this.
It's too much traffic, and I cannot go.
Oh my God.
Okay. Honestly,
you know, you don't know.
I'm
the war.
sorry to you guys.
You don't know the battles. You do not know the battles,
but
man.
It's me.
You don't know the battles.
It's me.
But the thing is,
I'm going on a vacation.
No,
I should go for a month. I should go for 3.
No. It's you don't. Oh my God! Look, Zalula's here. Zalula hasn't been here for a minute.
Yeah.
Look, hi, Lily.
You. Wonderful, honey. Hi to you too. Honestly, it was traffic. I came to say I love you.
Get out of here, bro.
I swear. I hate you too. I hate you too. I hate his guts. But what can I do with my son?
I'm 54, but no kids, never been married, so I'm not beaten down by the world, basically. Yeah, totally. I mean, but also Big Cheese. You know, one of the things that I was saying.
Big Cheese is 52.
54.
54? You don't look 54 at all.
Yeah. Lily, you look healthy today.
Thank you.
You got some. Wait, Colonel cream. Wait, what's that? What? Collagen cream.
Collagen cream? No, I put Esther Lauder. This is my cream, and I didn't put yet.
I know, Abby. I know.
I'll take a shower and I'll do my hair.
Melissa,
honestly, I'm sorry.
No, but
I don't have much. But
no, okay. But what I was saying, what he was saying was
he can talk. He don't need me. Yeah, honestly,
no. That's not true. But look, what he was saying was, he was saying that
people bothering him that he's not married, doesn't have children. Big Cheese.
No. Okay, for one thing. I do believe, like by this point, I really believe, like as like an objective truth, like spirit is a real thing that someone could lose it, but it doesn't age. So like if you got spirit, Big Cheese, you got spirit, you know, and again, you
have spirit.
You have spirit. You're young at heart. You really are. You're a freaking lunatic. You're just a crazy. You're a crazy person. You know.
I want to live to be 103 if it's possible.
But
give me good vibes.
But okay. But what I was talking about Jimmy. Lily is ready to fight someone for Big Cheese.
Of course, I don't want him to tell why you didn't get married.
No, but he's not. Yo, Nick, how's it going?
Why? Nobody should tell you nothing what to do with your life.
Lily has extra nice skin today. She's doing great. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful glasses, queen.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. I love you guys. I really do. And I'm going to say it again. Everything is because of him.
Oh my God.
If I don't have him, I don't know to talk to you guys. I really don't.
But you want to know what's so funny?
Look, it was traffic. I came back. I'm going to get a muscata for the neighbors. There are 8 kids. I wanted to give them some sweets.
You know what's funny? The reason why these last 2 days have been kind of hard is because Mom has a hard time for some reason. Yo, how's it going, Haley? Mom has a hard time kind of channeling this when she's not talking to you. And I'm like, listen, man, we we just have to tell a story real quick. You know, I mean, this isn't like, you know. But the thing is, my memory is not good. And that's not true. It is the fucking it's like galled or something. It's not, but it's not galled. I don't know how to say it. It's
don't
just
break your head. Talk to them about
okay. So what Jimmy was saying was
he's better than me.
No, what Jimmy was saying was it's a funny time, and this is why I'm saying age. And again, it's not about age; it's just about the time that we were kind of putting art out into the world. It was like the old traditional media was. It was really, really tough. I could have never broken in. I love
you guys.
It was either like payola, or it was like you had to know the right person, and there were gatekeepers. And it's like if you were on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, you were famous for a decade, and Pace Magazine would have been this, Paper Magazine would have been that, whatever. Like NPR could have like changed your life, whatever. There's no way in the world I could have even gotten to any of those things, even because I was a little bit left of center. Then the internet came, but the thing is, before it did, there were like the blogs. So he got big with like blogs, but the thing is, the blogs aren't blogs anymore. It's like everyone's going to like the people who they love to get the thing, you know, they're going to the source. And so he was just talking to me about like, it's like too big. Like I was telling the dude at the fish show, he was just like, I'm excited for when my kids get older for me to get in the pool to learn all these things. And I was like, it's an ocean, dude. By the time your kids are getting older, are you kidding me? Like you think that you're going to know what's going on, how gigantic this thing is? And so the thing is that was crazy was like, I have another friend who is doing very, very, very well now. And he said he was a rapper. And he said when he let his foot off the pedal, he went faster, or he went farther, I should say. But he was trying to do like these triple entendres and it's like all these things were so cutty. And like he was just trying to be so heady that like he lost people. And then he stopped trying to be heady and he found people. And I'm like, it's such a weird time because a lot of my friends are amazing and they're incredible, but they don't know where to go because of the ocean is so big, and they're also nervous to be cringe. And I was saying, dude, I'm a 41-year-old aspiring, not yet, but 41-year-old aspiring YouTuber while my mom is a TikToker who wants a fucking OnlyFans account to show her fucking feet. I am free, man. I'm fucking, man, what are you going to say, you know? But I also feel like once you're free, people, free begets free. You know what? When you see someone who's just like themselves, just like who gives a fuck, you're probably like, nah, that's cooler than being what fucking 90s cool was to try to pretend that you're not cool, you know, whatever. So the thing was, I was saying about Discord and I was just like, dude, I was like, yo, earlier today, I was live streaming. And again, I will also say that I just realized, I think that a live stream, he was just like, it has to be like this like hustle and bustle and whatever. And I was just like, no. I was like, I'm hanging out, but I'm streaming for sure. And I was like, I was asking the Forest questions and I was like learning about Discord and I was just hanging out. And I was also like, I think through the Discord, if someone were to come in, like let's just say even Jimmy, if he were to come in, he would be lost if he saw soccer teeth. He'd be like, what the fuck is that? You know? And then if he was like, oh, you know, like what, the Forest and, you know, Giovanni class of art, I think he'd be like a little bit lost in a way where like maybe it should be broader, but I'm like, nah, fuck it. To ante up to figure out how deep the Forest is to like go in, which I think is cool. But that was my point. I was like, you wanted people your whole life, your whole adult life, to like ask you what these bars meant, and you wanted people to give a fuck about what they meant. And most of the time when he was doing well, these blogs thought that they had so much juice that they didn't really have to fully show up, and they were just like, oh, where did it start? How did you start rapping? Whatever. And he was like, I wish they asked cuttier questions. And he wasn't really saying that, right? Now I'm kind of like mixing up like 5 conversations I've had into one, but it's all the same truth. Where like, I'm like, no. Tell the people want to know the lore. You know, it's just like, you know, like, and I was even telling them, I was telling them too. I was like, I trust the Forest. The Forest trusts me. I'm going to show them you when and I just start making videos. And I don't think that, I think they'll give you a try. And I don't think that they're going to think I'm steering them in the wrong way. I'm like, dude, like this dude has blown my mind. He's the one who said, and again, oh my God, is this not true? He said, I was born, yo, Joe, he said, I was born with, cause mom coming from the fucking, the gutter, you know, to the point where like, and this is it too. I'm sorry, I'm ranting, but mom has a hard time a bit with the Forest, understanding that she's in the Forest because she's worked to She's worked for me to just yap about the forest. She's worked to the point where I didn't have to work, so I could just contemplate the forest. And now it's like my job to teach her about the forest. And it's not to give her forest, it's just explaining that she's in it and she's of it. And so she's just using it, you know? So even her just now coming in, she gets a little nervous. So she's kissing me saying she loves me, which is obviously uncommon. But the thing is, I'm over here being like, you're good. But she's like, I'm not. And I'm like, you're driving me nuts. You're driving me nuts, dude. But yeah, I'm not trying to steer you guys wrong. So I'm like, dude, when you come and then I'm like, you come here and then you talk. I was saying Jimmy is the one who said, I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but it was the only silver spoon in the house. That is, I mean, it should be on my epitaph. You know, it should be on the tomb. I mean, he also have a tattoo that's burnt backrack because burnt backrack is my favorite, and I'm burnt as fuck. And he's the best with words. But dude, I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and it was the only silver spoon in the house. Oh my God. Speaking of, wait, I'm getting a pedicure at 5. Tell Lily to join me. I will. Wait, Kev, I listened to some of the mini mansions today, and one of the songs matched a story I was coming up with, shared it to the creators. One of them said, thank you. Oh my God, that's so fucking sick. Oh my God. That is it. That's all I want to do. That's it. This is it. Like, I don't like, oh my God. It's like, I can't explain this. I can't explain this. But again, when I was telling Jimmy, I was just like, it's like, you don't, you know, I was reading, I said it the other day, but I was reading this book about grammar today and style. And they were just like, the harder it was for you to learn something, the easier it is for you to remember how hard it was to learn. You know, the easier, the more you understand something, the harder it is to remember how hard it was to learn. And I'm like, you've got it. The answer is you. Now you just go out and show you know? But I'm also, I'm just talking to Jimmy. I'm saying this to everyone. I'm saying this about everything. It's like, I freaked out when I found out about the mini mansions. And it's also crazy because it's like, they're not a gigantic band, and that's cool. You know, that's fine. But it's also like, it's just a really weird thing where like people get so discouraged because they don't crack so soon. And I said it and I meant it last night. I was just like, I'm so fucking happy I wasn't on like the homepage of like a fucking blog where I felt like, oh my God, I made it. And then now it's like I have friends who are like best new music, Pitchfork 2015. And now they're like, I was best new music. Like, why aren't people paying attention to me? And it's crazy because it's like there's the air got out of their tires. I say that all the time because Mom, Kevin, would you marry someone more like your mother or your father or neither? That is a gnarly question. I kind of like to meet people where they are. Like, I feel like but you know what? Really, if I think about it, like out the gates, they're more like my dad. Just because they're chill. I'm saying everyone who I've been like serious with, we're very like chill. And they also like stuff. Like they're real fans of things. Mom's not really a fan of things. Like she is like Lucy and stuff, but she doesn't like wait up, I really like Citizens Arrest series. Dude, Joe, thank you so much. Okay, wait, I'll think this for a second. Wait, what are you doing today? I'm going to see Sinners in a minute. There she is. Mom's been on it lately, just answering things straight up for the first time. Yes, I agree.
You're talking about me. What did I do?
But you
You go out, you come back, or you spend money, or you get a bill and the mailbox. Nothing else. Even the birds, they're not outside. So what did you say about me? What the fuck? I don't know. So what? You guys want to go inside my brains, and today is nothing there. But thank you for telling me that I look good. I really now I feel that I look good. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. Bills, man. Bills. You know, I have to say one thing. I hate his guts. But you know, he have a good heart. He really does. I hate your guts, you motherfucker piece of shit.
That was a drive-by. That was 100%. Oh my God. What was that, dude? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. That's also how I've like ever been paid a compliment my whole life. That's the whole thing. It's like in the midst of like complaining, talking shit. I hate you. It's just like, here's a little one, you know, here's a little, you know. Oh my God, dude. Sinners was so good. I'm excited. I'm actually going to see it actually kind of soon. I gotta hit the road in a little bit, but, which is a bit unfortunate. I have a big crew that we go to see the movie. We go to the movies a lot, and for some reason they did it early today. And I'm gonna ride my bike. But dude, Joe. So again, like I'm saying, like all the lore will come, and again, it's not like it's like anything special, but I think that I mean, again, like I'm preaching to the choir now, and it's also again like it goes both ways. But like putting it out again, you know, I mean, I mentioned Haley last night because again, Mom has a way with words when she understands the meanings in the forest, and I yap about this shit all day. Like, you know, when Hans was like, Kev, man, do you really have these conversations every day? Every single day. It's like a must. It's all I do. And so the thing is, she hears it, and every so often it just comes out. And when I was talking to Jimmy last night, he was just like, yeah, I mean, it's just like Mom is you, but her version of you, whatever. But she also has she has her life experience that's the real hot sauce on the whole thing. And so the thing was, but when Haley the other night was like, oh, can you give me, you know, good vibes from the forest because I entered the film festival, and then Mom dropping the like, you entered, you're already a winner. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. Like 1,000,000% yes. Like that, it's like not that if someone doesn't like press publish, they're a loser, but if you press publish, you won, you know, or at least it's the beginning of something. And like, that is it's the hardest part, you know, it's being vulnerable and then offering, it's painful, man. And like you did it, but she said it, but that's also something where like, I remember, oh my God, so when I was younger, I played music a lot when I was like really, really young. And I was like, oh my God, I wrote a song, and I was like really excited. And I was like, I'm going to show it to my mom to see how it was, to see how it is. I played her a song and I sang, and I was like 3 bars in, and she just started laughing. She started laughing, and she didn't mean like, oh my God, this is funny. She was just like, what? You know, like, you know, it's like what you're doing. What the fuck, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like mortified, but I'm also like, I know my mom. So I'm like, I know what she kind of means, even though she doesn't mean anything besides her knee-jerk reaction was just like, homie, what are you doing? You know, it's like, you've never written a song and now you're trying. But then I started getting like gigs, and I started touring a bunch, and I started doing a bunch of stuff. And she's just like, wait a second, man, like this dude's really doing shit, you know? And again, that was like a battery in the back, and it's important. I mean, I granted, it was harder to do it in front of other people than her, but I was like, oh shit. Like even like my main support is laughing. So again, it's like talking to Joe. It's like, get used to eating shit. And once you're good at it, again, even that's what I was kind of just telling Jimmy. I was just like, just eat some shit, man. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It is at first, and it sucks ultimately. But again, it's just like, if you constantly eat shit, if you get anything that's not shit, it's heaven. It's so good. Walks in like nothing, dude. That was amazing. It's also so funny. If I was to be like, Mom, tell me how your day was, she'd be like, it was good. That was like I'll clip that. That's like, what the fuck? But so, wait up. I'm getting some history. To see what you're up to. Dude, okay, so 1 second, Joe. Oh my God, I got my first no from a film festival today. The forest is really helping keeping. Oh my God, Haley, again, don't sweat. Oh my God, don't sweat. Because you also have to understand this too, and I really mean this. Like, I'm not trying to be like again, mom will say almost anything, even if it's like a lie, to make anyone feel good. If she loves, she's just like, I'm gonna protect your heart by any means. And I feel the same way with her, but I'm like, it's only going to make the story juicier in the long. Don't worry, because also you need it, and also you learn more from a no than a yes every single time. And like, again, it's the road is bumpy for sure, but it's also like, again, like, because I'll tell you, you're gonna learn something through this, and someone's gonna ask you about the first time you submitted anything, because it's gonna be the first time they submit something. And you don't know what you're going to give them by just telling your truth, by just explaining how it was, or that we're here for you. And there's real value in just having someone, because even the fact that we are here to keep your chin up, I feel good, like I feel like, oh man, it's like, I'm not stoked that you got to know, but I'm stoked that I'm here for you right now to be like, yo, man, let's get him next time, And again, it begets, but again, I'm also saying, oh my God, man, I'll tell you, I got a lot more no's than I got any yeses. And again, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it gets easier. It always sucks. But it's awesome that there's some people, that some people don't have people, that's, I'm giving myself a history lesson. Better understand what you are trying to do. I dig the idea, man. The taste stops to wear off after a while. Even Haley just saying she would keep in mind the future. Huge boost. Yes, the forest always has each other's back. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes. And so even yeah, like I was so even yeah, like when I was telling Jimmy last night, I'm like, dude, like the lore is interesting. And yo, Ellie, how's it going? Thank God it's Friday. Yes. I was like, again, like the hard part is getting to the place where he, even last night, he was like, because again, even that, it's like, dude, he's on a Sia record. You know what I mean? It's like, it's heavy shit, but it's also like, all this shit's a moving target. And I'm like, look, I'll bring my attention to you because I love you, but I also, he's already on this thing. And again, I'm over here being like, you have to not, like, it's like, that old, like, on Instagram or social media, I guess kind of in general, but like Instagram in particular, it's like people have a tendency to like compare their blooper reel to someone else's highlight reel. And that's, it really fucks people in their head. And I understand how it fucks someone and it sucks. But I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm like, I'm not looking up. I'm looking at the forest. You know what I mean? Like I'm over here being like I could sit around and be like, oh my God, I think the videos I made with people back in the day on this channel were good, and no one watched them. No one did, you know? They just, I mean, again, some people did. Some people watched Fiona Apple stuff because it's Fiona Apple. Faye blew up in the meantime, and that's, you know, that happened, you know, so people were watching that. But again, it was also like, you know, Mom always gets really mad because I made a few videos with some people that actually did well, and then their labels made me take it down, and they remade them for their own channels. And I was like, in my head, I was just like, at least I made a good video, because I was just thinking about using this as a platform to experiment. And I was like, whoa, so that was a good idea. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm on the right track. But again, I didn't have really like subscribers, and people really weren't really looking at it. But it's weird because the people who were looking at it were like Sia. Dude, oh my God, I made a video with someone, Danny Garcia, on this channel. And because of the video that probably got like 400 views, he got a tour opening for Cat Power. That's real. And then it was crazy because Cat Power hit me up, and I'm like, whoa. And again, I'm over here just like, hey man, you want to just come over to my house and play some music? And I was like, whoa, you know, like this is real. But again, in my head, I was just like, just make more art and let's not sell it. And again, I'm not saying not sell it in a way where like, I'm not trying to get support, but I'm just saying like everyone I was seeing, especially at the time, was just like, hey guys, you know, like here's an acoustic version of the single on the new album, comes out January 6th. It's like, you know, whatever, you know, just like, no, just how about this? And this is another thing I did that was big, I feel like, to get to kind of mix the things up in my friend's head. I was like, give me covers. Don't give me your songs. So I'm just like, give me a song you like. I don't give a shit what it is. And it's funny, me kind of like being a director in these things, I'd always pretend to get the levels, and I'm like, oh yeah, give me one real quick. And then I would just I'd have all the levels down, and I would just have them play the song. And I'm like, all right, cool, can I get one more? And then they give me one more, and I'm just like, okay, cool, I'm good. And they're like, don't you want another one? I'm like, no, we're gonna take the first one, obviously, because, hey, Kate, because I'm not trying to make some polished anything. It's you know, a photo, a snapshot that fucking sucks also tells a story. And like Mom says about her paintings, because this is the way we are, we're dirty people. And it's not that we're dirty, like we're dirt, but it's like, this green screen is fucked. It doesn't make a difference. Me changing, you know, this and that, whatever, it's like, I don't want it to be polished. And that's what we do, you know? And it's like, and I also feel like it's gonna feel really good and honest when we are in environments that are completely polished, and that's gonna be the meme too. You know, like someone's gonna be like, oh, who's this? And then someone being like, you don't know the crazy lady, you know? But also, oh my God, dude, I posted a short on YouTube today, and someone said, wait up, is this the lady? Someone said, is this the diva that was on the Subway Takes with the curly hair guy? And I was like, oh my God, someone knows Mom from Subway Takes, not Pancake Pie, not a baby hand, not. And I was like, oh my God, yes, another, you know, it's growing. Wait, it's so funny when it's just you streaming, because whenever you say something, a funny word, pretend Mom, it's cut like, no, yeah, totally. It's all about, it's the truth. Kevin's Library, I'm not looking up, I'm looking at the forest. That's the truth. Again, it's like, dude, even when I was telling even the fucking bands, could you imagine? It's like, again, could you imagine also, I was being looked at like a fucking lunatic. Cucho Sada, yes. Wait, I've never heard it put that way before. Blue is Emmett, dude, and doesn't it, it's fucked. It's like, and also it's like, it's like, these motherfuckers' lives aren't so fucking cool. You know it. You know it's bullshit. You know that they're fucking spending some money to fucking make, to essentially make a photo shoot on their phone to suggest some shit that's not entirely the case. But also, yeah, you know, it's like one thing that I just loved. I mean, just like my heart melts just thinking about it, which is just so unfortunate that like the pandemic was a pandemic and like people got sick and like that's such a bummer. But it was like all these people in people that I knew well and just celebrity, yada, yada, whatever. it's like those motherfuckers are boring as boring as us. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm over here and I'm putting filters on mom's face and we're locked in this whatever and it sucks, but it's also we're finding the funny in it and I'm making TikToks, you know? And it's like I'm watching some people not being able to tour and then I'm realizing, oh my God, you're a travel vlogger that doesn't vlog, but if you're not going around the world and you're just playing the guitar, you can't make something that's compelling to someone who's also just like wanting a break, you know? And it's not even making it compelling. It's like, I don't necessarily think, I mean, granted, I edited this and that, but I don't think that between mom and I were making things that were like so compelling. I think we were just being honest. We were just like, homie, dude, what the fuck? Mom just came through and just said, if you leave the house, you either spend money or you get a bill. She's not trying to be funny. She said, not even the birds are out. It's like, she's fucking hilarious. But that was like, she would not see the humor in that. She's just like, what do you mean? I got a fucking bill and I spent fucking money. None of this is funny. But again, it's that thing. But yeah, so when I was shaking some people up being like, yo, give me a cover. And then it was a funny, I remember there's a few times where I painted some people in a funny corner simply because they were like, okay, I like this song, but they were also like, why? And I'm like, cause of music, like cause of art, you know, like cause like, don't you want to just make more things? Don't you want to give people that fuck with you something to fuck with? And the thing that was really wild was I was looked at like I was nuts. And it was, and again, not to artists, but there were always someone who needed to consult. And then I was nutty. And I'm over here being like, it's like you have a group of people that essentially keep your lights on. And as opposed to making things that they fuck with, that they don't ask for, you're just trying to get more people to just be put in this pool. And I'm like, same pool, but I'm like, give the people who keep your lights on more of a reason to keep your lights on and they'll talk. You know, it's like if someone's going to ask them, even just now, I'm not trying to promote the mini mansions. I was just like, oh my God, man, you got to check this out. It's really cool. And then because of it, a few new people found out about the mini mansions. And it's like, oh my God. And also I've never been one to not want to just give credit. Like I always think of it like I'm like a DJ. It's just like, I also respect, you know, DJ rap shit. That's what I grew up on, my heart, my soul, especially New York, South Bronx, the whole thing. You know, people cut the labels, you know, they rip the labels off of the records so you don't know what they play. I respect it. I love it because, again, find it out. Like, I would love to kind of be in that world because I'll dig, my hands get dirty. But I'm also like, no. Like, I'm like, dude, what do you mean? I just played other people's music. I'm going to give the artist credit. What? You know, like, no. Like, I'm not going to sit around and think that, like, because I found this music that you don't know, it's my good and you're bad for not knowing. I'm like, no. You like these two? Awesome. You should check out, you know, Mr. Goodnight. What the fuck is that guy's name? I got to figure this out 1 second. Wait up. I still got to do a deep dive here. Nick, it's great. It really is. But it's also like the new, I think that, but it is good. What I'm going to be doing is a little different. It's going to be this, but refined. Wait, Kev, do you guys go to New York for Christmas? I'm submitting to the LA Film Festival. Yeah, we do, but we'll probably be here in November if you're around. Coochie on a Friday. Okay, wait. You would rather have it be real? Oh, for sure. I mean, but also it's like I just feel like it's another reason about today. I'm like, it's just. I was telling a friend the other day who really likes fine things. I'm like, the stuff that's really produced looks like a commercial. Right is right. Like the best could be the worst in some, you know, like situation, but the right shit is going to be the right shit all the time. And this is right for us. If this was beautiful and like, granted, I think it'd be funny too, because I think that mom and I are just dirty in our forest. But it's like, if it was produced,
I'm dirty than you.
if it was produced gorgeous,
It's not us.
see, but
No way,
see,
Jose.
and the thing is, it's like, why would I even try to front, you know? Granted, there are people who only want to do the most highly produced whatever, and it's right for them. But it's just like, but it also, you could,
You know what means down and dirty? This is what we ask. It's almost 5. I'm gonna take a
no
shower.
way the subway takes. I know, right? It's
What
crazy.
Subway take? What?
I posted a video earlier, and then some. I was telling the forest the other day that when someone looks at you one way, I try to make something else. So then they're like, oh, is that the same person? You know, and then another thing and another thing. So you're not just one type of meme. But the thing was, someone today was like, oh my God, is this the diva who was on the subway with the curly hair guy? And so they don't know you about anything besides Subway Take and the new video I just posted, the little whatever.
Again, he's a good man. I love you, man.
Wait, the difference between setup that works versus that are clean and ones that are polished. If you want to go from works to clean, that's up to you for sure. But again, it's also funny because it's like,
Okay, I'm gonna take a shower.
it's like, you know, it's like that episode of The Office. I forgot which one, but it was like one where like Michael really nailed it with like heavy bars, and he's just like, I wish, and maybe it was like the last episode. I don't know, it wasn't, but he was just like, I wish I knew what the good old days were when the good old days were. You know, like I wish you knew when you were in the good old days. And I'm like, it's always the good old days. Like, it's like, we're in the good old days, you know? It's like, this works, you know? It's like, it could get bigger or whatever. And that'll be someone's good old days too. And I'm not saying this about us at all, but I'm just saying that like, it's like, if you're looking at all of it, like the good old days, you're probably just grateful to be, you know? And, but granted, like there are moments where just like, again, like this is it, you know, like even when I was telling Jimmy, I was just like, he said I shouldn't open the floodgates. And then I just listened to him. And then I was thinking about, oh my God, he was just helping, you know, but I'm also like, so before I figure it out and I do the thing, there's another good old day, you know? And I don't know. Wait a second. Art for art's sake. The craziest concept, right? Dude, craziest concept, talking to fucking artists and just being like able, like, how about we just make something you're not trying to sell that might help fucking someone fuck with you and support you? Because I used to say this too. People back in the day, and it was a good run. They had a good racket. It was like because again, payola was a thing, or like scratching backs were a thing. It still is a thing, but it's like make a record, promote the record, fucking, you know, buy a house, do it again, you know, like get on the cover of a magazine, do it again. I just feel like I'm like, create community, create content, like create content, build community, ask for support. I mean, listen, man, am I wrong? You know what I mean? I'm like, it's like, I feel like some people just feel like, I don't know, like fans are different or community is different or like followers are different. I don't fucking know. But it's just like, if it comes from a journalist writing a fucking paper or like creating a wave on your own, you know, it's like, I mean, I can tell you, it's like, Haley, I mean, it's like, I could tell you I've gotten no's and no one fucking with me. And I was like, I'm going to just try to make a whatever. And it's like, dude, and it didn't get better for a year or 2 or 3. And then it slightly did. And then it slightly did. And then there were some times where it was just like, cool, there's a wave I'm riding, because there's also people who are fucking with us. Because the thing is, it's not necessarily a wave that we're riding because someone's created it. It's like us together have created a wave. And it's like, oh my God, this is so much more meaningful, at least to me. I mean, some people might just be like, I don't want to do this ever. I just want to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. And it's just like, respect too, you know? Wait, that's truly funny. And great videos that got taken down before the pandemic by control freaks. The people who made them never got to realize how good it was. I feel that. Wait, do you know your mom's parents? I'm curious if either of them were some Lily Bar. No, I didn't really. I mean, I kind of did, but I didn't really. They came when I was really young, and then my grandfather passed away. Never met my dad's parents, and then my grandmother was around, but we just didn't speak the same language, and it was just like grandma shit. Like it was just like she would like pinch my cheeks too hard, and I'd be like just scaring, you know. I mean, but she was really nice. She was bigger, so she'd always like the hugs were. I was really embraced, you know. But she was stoic. Do you have a Spotify we could follow? I do actually. Kevin, if you have a Spotify, yes, I do. Well, I told you I used to make playlists that were like a thing. One second. You know what? Let me see if I could, dang. Joe, I've realized I didn't put a description in my description, but, wait a second. Oh, damn. I don't have a Spotify on this computer, but yeah, you know, I mean, I made a playlist for Muzza. I can make a forest playlist and I can get the thing. Gotta go. See ya, Haley. Lily P. Yeah, totally. It's also so funny. Mom just like looking at like the chat, like it's so small on this computer. She can't see anything. She hovers. Yeah. It's on us, Lily. Gorgeous queen. Mom, did you say you love him? Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, what happened, Ellie, what happened today was I was just telling Mom that she could do it, and she was trying to convince me otherwise. And that's the real fight. That's the main battle. I tell her a bunch. I've been spalling, dude, Stephanie, awesome. I haven't made playlists for a while that are public, but I used to make playlists a bunch that were really, really random. But I'll make one that's more like direct. Fans are what you make them. If you want us to be fans, if you want us, yeah, totally. Yeah, Joe, I totally agree. But it's also funny because it's like, you know, I mean, earlier today I looked up Substack, and I was like, I mean, I'm not trying to learn anything new, but I'm like, oh wow, this is interesting. This is like a cuttier version of Instagram to creative people, or at least when I'm just looking at like my friends. So it's just like to the artist homies, but they don't want to get their hands dirty making things, and it's somewhat like acceptable. Like what I'm doing is cringe, and it's not, but in their head it's cringe, but Substack is not. And it's just like they don't have to learn something too new, and then they could write something that someone really wanted to hear the story of, but it's behind a paywall. And I'm over here being like, and oh my God, this is just actual facts. Now, I mean, I'm really not over here being like, listen, motherfucker, like I got it. Like I know what the fuck is up, but I could tell these stories a million times better than this. Because the thing is, I'm a geek, man. I'm a fan. I know what people, if I like something, I know the questions to ask because I want to know them, like the people who also want to hear these answers. And when you're in it, you don't know what is valuable to someone who gives a shit. And so again, I'm like, when I'm, yeah, I mean, like so it's like, it's funny because now, because a few friends hit me up because I have hard drives full of what they're looking for, because they kind of can't make these things because they're trying to be like, you know, like I saw like two friends and they were like, so what do you guys want to see from me? Which is sick, which is totally sick. But it's also like they probably can't find the value in some of these demos or whatever. But now they probably look at what other people do and then they kind of just like mimic this thing. Kev, does that link show up? It's Kevin's spot up. No, it doesn't, Big Cheese. Kevin, the photo of your playlist, Wooden Nickel, is fantastic. Oh my God, Big Cheese. Do you know what Wooden Nickel is? I made that because my dad sat me down. I don't even know what that is. Let me see. I don't know what the photo is, but I bet you is it my dad grabbing his balls? Dude, Wooden Nickel was Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young's bootleg before Neil Young went solo. Maybe wait a second. I could find mine. But dude, it's so sick, that record. And my dad sat me down when I was a kid and he was just like, yo, he's like, you want to hear a fucking guitar solo? And he played me Cinnamon Girl. And I was like, damn, this fool's right. And it's only one note. And then he was just like, now you want to hear some other shit? And he played me Down by the River. And I was like, whoa, like this dude is ripping. Yeah. Oh my God. It's such a bummer. It's so sad. But like, whoa, almost 800 saves. But wait, this is what Big Cheese is referring to. Look at Mom's Bob. Look at my dad, dude. If I picked up a camera, he is just grabbing his balls for sure. That was in Vegas. That was, oh my God. I have that photo. Like I have some prints. Like they're pretty, like I have one. I put a few in some art shows. But have you heard Forward? Oh my God, yeah, totally. Yeah. So Big Cheese, have you ever heard of that band Dawes? So I toured with Dawes for a long time and they are like America, also, okay, so Dawes was in a band called Simon Dawes. Simon in Simon Dawes was essentially Blake Mills. I know sounds really convoluted, but I think Dawes was Taylor's grandfather and Simon was Blake's grandfather. I think that's how it worked. And then, so they made a band and it was like an indie band, but Blake was like a blues man who just played the guitar like a fucking lunatic. And then Dawes became Dawes, and I wanted to like help them in any way I can because I was like, these guys are fucking awesome. They put out a record called North Hills, and then they did well. And so the thing is, I just say that to preface that they were adopted by the Laurel Canyon people. So like Blake is now Joni Mitchell's person. Dawes used to play as Robbie Robertson's backing band. Dude, I drank the last beers at Levon Helm's house at Big Pink right before he passed away. Crazy. Dude, I was there with, Don Henley I really saw some shit, man. And the thing was, so it was that world. It was the world of like, like fucking Jim Keltner and, Ringo and Paul and but a lot more like, Laurel Canyon, fucking the Troubadour, like just that world. And, that's insane, dude. Oh my God. I've got stories. That's also it. It's like, a lot of these people who, when I was fucking with them, they were like, no way you're about to do some shit with your mom, man. It's like, you're just changing up everything. And it's like, not only do I have these stories, it's like, I could talk to people who are in the room who are just like, fuck, do you remember? And it's not one of those, like, again, I'm over here not trying to be like, yo, motherfucker, I've met fucking, Keltner. I would just be like, listen, man, I'm not asking you these questions to fucking flex about how fucking whatever your life is. I'm like, let's try to remember this, and these stories will be the ones to really tell. Like, it's like I always say that, like, anytime I made something, it was like, if you bought a movie, if you bought like a DVD, I mean, I buy media, but like if you buy a DVD, you probably like the movie. If you buy a Criterion Collection movie, you don't just like the movie, you want the lore. And I said since day one, I make things for bonus for the disc 2 of Criterion. I make things, if you love this thing, I'll break your head off with what I can get. If you don't like this thing, I am a special ed kid who's just has special interests, and that's, you know, if you, oh my God. You want to hear a story that broke my heart? But I love that photo so much. Seems like such, yeah. Oh my God, it is so that. Big Cheese doing the Lord's work. But I had not heard of them until finding Lily. Oh my God. Oh, dude, Big Cheese. They're good. They're serious. Taylor's a fucking serious songwriter. Also, oh my God. Wait, 2 stories before I gotta go. But oh my God, dude. They did a thing called the Basement Tapes. So it was Elvis Costello, Taylor Goldsmith, Marcus Mumford, I don't know, like hitters, you know, just like people, you know, Jim James, a few people. And Taylor was always just like, he knew me because, I mean, I lived with him. He knew me. And so he's us too. But like Mom says, like, we're dirty motherfuckers. And Mom's dirtier than me, but granted, I'm dirty. It's just like, if it's like I want to drink 40s at a dive bar and shoot some dice and just talk shit, you know? So I was like, there was a bar called 169 that's just like it's a grimy dive bar, and they were like, they sold like po' boys and like oyster shooters, and it's like a place where like they just played like Motown and Stax, and they had like fucking the Twilight Zone on the wall, and it was sick. It's the best. I still love fucking 169. And Taylor was just like, yo, Kev, man, I got a crew with me, dude. We just played fucking Jimmy Fallon. Like, where do we go? You know, and we're in New York. And I was just like, fucking come to 169, man. Like, fucking pull up, you know? And he was just like, all right, cool. And he was just like, you guys want to go to 169? And we come. That's like, it's not entirely the case, but like he comes, you know, they all come. And I'm like, they're like looking around like, dude, there's like leopard pool. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, like what? Like, where did you take us, man? There's po' boys. And it's like, this isn't a place to eat seafood. And I'm like, no, it's cool, man. Don't sweat, you know? And like initially they were like, you know, whoa. And then I was like, don't even sweat. I got like, they had like a special with like shitty tequila and like beers. I was like, oh, I got a round of shots. I got some beers. And it was like, quickly, it was just like, man, this place is cool, you know? And it was just like, whoa, what a relief. But it's like, that was always me, where it was like, even in settings where it was like, I could have played it like safe, or not even play it safe, but they were like, I could have like suggested something that would be like, okay, this is a perfect blend of all these things. Or it's just like me being me. Like I'm leaning into it and I'm just like, yo, man, if you're asking me, I'm answering you. You know what I mean? Like just that. And then it worked out, you know? But wait, what was I? Wait up. Oh my God, this story. Mom, have you heard this story? This is bad. This broke my heart. Hurt my feelings. Sure. Hurt my feelings. But
what happened?
Again,
This is what you're feeling.
no, okay, so listen. You wanna hear?
Only I can do that. Only.
You want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay, so listen. So I was on tour.
Yes.
And I was gonna make a little, essentially making content, but I wasn't making content. The label was asking me, I forgot what band this was. I think it was, but the thing is, you know, Big Cheese, like I was saying about this whole Laurel Canyon world, they were a little bit older of a band, I guess. It's not really the case, but like, you know, like Dawes used to be the backing band for Jackson Browne. That's just a little bit older crowd, you know? Yeah. But so, okay, so I look at stylish, Mom.
What can I do? I don't go.
So okay, so the thing
what
was,
is the story? Who offended you?
I was with some older, you know, because I was with some older people for a minute, you know, and so I forgot what band I was with, but so I went to 4 shows, like a tiny little tour, and I was suggesting to make some content, but they were like, let's do like an ad for the next record to be like, okay, you're at this show, we're gonna release a record. Can you just tell me what the show is like? You know, just like explain the show, and then I was gonna just edit together this like piece, you know, and then I went to 4 shows, and me in that world, I had a long beard. And
Much longer.
yes, and
You should
also
cut it off already.
and also like it's definitely not like a racial thing, but I was browner than the people at the venue, you know. So the thing was, I had a camera and I was asking some questions to people who were probably like, "You're not with the band," you know, like you're not with the band, you know. And so I was like, "Hey, you know, like how did you feel towards the show? What was your favorite song? You know, this and that, whatever." And so I asked this one couple, and I mean, I asked a few people some things, and you know, and they were like, "Oh yeah, like I'm good," and some people were like, "Oh my god, fucking, I love this song and that song, whatever." And then I asked this one couple, and it was like an older man. It was an older man, and then he had like a younger woman, but she was also older, and she was in a wheelchair. And then she was just like, I was like, "Hey, can I talk to you guys for a second?" And then they were like, what are you looking for? And I was just like, "Oh, I just want to talk about the band and like how the show was." And he was just like, "Oh, cool. You know, sounds good." Asking some questions, and they were like the sweetest people. They were just the nicest people. And I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, do you go to shows a bunch?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to go to the next one." I was like, "Oh my God, I'll be at the next one too." And he was just like, "Oh my God, for real?" And he was like, "Hey man, I know this is a weird one, but like, can you give me a set list?" And I was like, "Pfft. Are you kidding?" In a fucking heartbeat. Dude, next time I'll be there. I'll get you a set list. Don't even sweat. And in my head, I was just like, I'll get him the fucking sign. It's literally like asking mom to fucking sign a piece of paper.
I'll sign to anybody.
if I was going to like, it's like tonight I'm going to go see a movie. If someone's gonna go meet me at the movie, I'll give someone mom's John Hancock. You know what I mean? So I was like,
what offended you?
okay, bro.
Okay,
again,
I'm sorry. I see that's nice, guys.
okay, so I go in, and the next day I'm there, and I get the set list, and I'm like, "Yo, dude," and he was like, "Whoa, man, you're really here." And I was like, "Yo, man, here's the set list," and he was like, "Oh my God, like, thank you so much. Like, this means so much. Thank you so much." And I was like, "Oh my God, it's nothing." And I was like, "Yo, man, can I ask you a few more questions?" And he's like, "Oh my God, yes." So now his energy is like, "Fucking man," you know, like, and again, he's like, he's older, so he wasn't doing that, but he was just like, "Oh my God, man, this is the best show. Like, this is so great. Like, I got a set list, this and that." And I was like, "Oh, dude, this is so good." Like, you could feel it, you know, like it's, you know, it's all one. And so then I went to the people who were telling me to make the content, and I was just like, "Yo, listen, I got an idea. This is for Facebook anyhow. It's like older people, you know, with all due respect, you know, just like being completely frank." And I was just like, "Yo, what I should do is let me make 4 videos. I'll make a little like highlight reel for each show. And then I feel like this person will tell their grandkids that they were in this video I made that's like on this band's like Facebook or like Instagram. It's like, it means something to them, man. It just means something to them." And then, dude, these dudes were like, "I don't really know. I think we should just make one little thing." And then I was like, "All right, that's cool. Whatever. I'll make this thing." And then they fucking took out the people because they were older, and they were like, it was a little, they were like, it doesn't feel like the energy that like we want to give for like a commercial. And I'm like, these are people who are traveling. They're not going to a show. They're traveling to go to another show. They're buying merchandise. They are fucking freaking out over a piece of paper. And I'm like, dude,
it's their loss.
You want to get, and again, but it was,
They're lost.
but again, this is around the time when, again, I'm working with bands, and then I'm like, this is backwards, man. This is backwards. This is the opposite of this. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm over here, mom and I were fucking fighting like cats and dogs. I gotta go. I'm fucking running late. And I was just like, fuck it. I'll go hang out at the forest for a minute. Am I wrong?
No.
And again,
Whatever he say, he never lies.
but
He
the
never
thing
lies.
is, I'm like,
I love you
dude,
guys.
like I'm so like, this is this. I just don't feel like, and again, this is also a long, long time ago because mom was probably a thing, but not really a thing. And I'm like, I'm not my feelings towards this isn't wrong. I don't think. Are you old enough to have gone to CBGB's? No, I wish. I went after Black Crowes show, but they were getting ready to close. Dude, that's awesome. No, I missed it. It's a bummer. It's a total bummer. This is how I know Lily Julie. Oh yeah. That's it too. That's why I feel like, yeah, she looks great. Right? But so again, and I also just know that like, when you were saying you watched some of the earlier stuff, it was the pandemic that really did it. Because I have a hard drive full of stuff, and I was going to make things for this, but when I focused on mom, this was just all in the back burner, and I was just like, I'm probably never gonna really do this again. And also, it's like once I stumbled upon Fiona, I was like, I'll just make a movie about Fiona Apple, and that will be my life, my mom and like something like that. But it's also still like, we're still like, we'll make something together someday, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, like it's like I'm hanging out with you guys, learning about the further streets, just because, I mean, again, Discord is like nothing to some people, and streaming is nothing to a lot of people, where I'm like, I'm streaming for an hour and some change, and there are people who are like 8 hours a day. But I'm like, to me, I'm, again, like, you're watching someone at the end of their ability, and I'm all grow, but it's like, yeah, like having the conversations with the people who I've been talking to in the past about these things, it's really hard to explain this, I mean, it's hard for me to I say it to mom all the time too, and she gets really upset because it's like, when I tell her she doesn't understand what I mean when I say these things, I'm like, it's not you because you're older. I can't tell my friends who are, like the dude at Fish. The dude at Fish is probably 34. He's older than my mom, and yeah. But again, this is fun for me because I'm just fucking ranting. But it's like when I edit, like it's such a fucking bummer now thinking about it. The last video I really edited was the fucking New Hope video. And I mean, I watched that to show it to mom, and I haven't seen it since we watched it together. But I was like, oh my God, this made me get the feels. Like me finding these photos, and it did the thing that I would love for it to do to someone, to me. So I felt proud about it. But I'm like, there wasn't a lot of rants. I'm ranting because I'm like, this is fun, and we're hanging out and whatever. But oh my God, when I start making the videos that are concise and they're just edited, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Like when my dad kind of taught me how to listen to music, crazy moments. Also, oh my God, there was a moment where, oh my God, I should probably interview them. There was a moment where I started working with that band Dawes, or not yet. We were just friends. And there's two brothers in the band, and their dad used to be in a band called Sweat Hog, and was in Tower of Power for a little bit. And my friend who I went to go see Fish with, his dad was a Deadhead and like a Dylan bro, and would trade tapes, and then became a Fish bro. And he's Cuddy. Like, I mean, like, I remember really, when I met the dude's dad, we were talking about bootlegs, and I was a kid. I mean, I was in high school, maybe I was like 19, 20. And I was like, hey man, have you heard of Wooden Nickel? And he was like, oh my God, how the fuck you know about that? And he knew exactly what I meant because he was a bootleg dude, It's like you say like Fish 97, April 6th. And he's just like, oh yeah, Europe. It's like, what the fuck? And it was such a bummer. Dude, Dawes played at the El Rey, and I was like, I was friends with the kids, and I was like, I'm gonna I invited the fish dude and his dad to the El Rey. And I was like, I'm going to invite my dad, and then the dads are going to hang out. And my dad passed away before it could happen. It was such a bummer. But they became friends, and I'm still friends. But so I'm like, oh my God, I could totally tell the story of Wood and Nickel and dads, and I could talk to the dads about, because it's like they got fucking bars on bars on bars. It's like, who the fuck do you think? Do you think I care where the bars are coming from as long as there's bars? The forest is everywhere. And I'm just trying to like get it, you know? But it's like, that's it too. And the video I was trying to make with mom today is like, man, you don't think the kids have the things to teach? And it's like, I'm over here just like trying to get the scripture, you know what I mean? But I should. That would be a good video. If I was just like to kind of tell that story. It's like, I mean, it's a bit of a sad story, but like, what are you guys doing for the 4th weekend? I don't know. Working, because we didn't do the thing today. I know Tower Power, good stuff. Dude, Sweat Hog, dude, Mackenzie. Sweat Hog was a band. And their merch was a white shirt that said Sweat Hog, and it had stained on like green stained armpits. It was good. And it was good. Also, oh my God, I should teach these motherfuckers how to make some content. Dude, there was a moment where I was with the Sweat Hog dude. For some reason, so random. It was at my friend's wedding, and it was Taylor Goldsmith and Mandy Moore. And it was this wedding, and it was great. Dude, this dude's dad, Lenny, out of fucking nowhere. It's like the whole family are musicians, and there's a bunch of musicians in the crowd. Out of nowhere, the dad was just like, Lenny was like, I want to play this James Brown song, and I want Kevin to sing it with me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? Never sang, and never ever. And he was just like, fuck it, come up on stage with me. And I was like, fuck it. So me and Lenny, dude, fucking yelling. I was just like, get on up, just like with, so weird. I had questions. About that shirt. It's a funny shirt. But was the guys in the Welcome Back Carter, no. But that's true. When he left, no, because that was Lenny Williams. He was Lenny, Goldsmith. It was like Tower Power is like the later years. Wait up. Can you just do a QR code? Wait up, can I just go to the QR code and send money and add my info there? Yes, that's the PayPal. That's the right way to do it. Perfect. Okay, wait, Mom, I gotta go. Let's say goodbye. I am late. Wait up, should I take an Uber? No, I sure have my bike. No. Actually, you know what? I don't really know. There isn't much to know about Sweat Hog.
Okay, guys. Sorry the way I look.
Dude,
now
oh
you
my.
see me with
Wait a sec, look.
I'm the shower. Yeah, maybe we look alike.
Maybe, bro? Dude, Gandalf the White, man. Gandalf the White.
I love you guys.
I need a bookkeeper. I really do. I love you guys.
We're not. Sorry, check. Sorry, man.
Yeah. What? I love you guys. I wish you all the best in the world. I don't know. We're talking Monday, Tuesday. Have a nice weekend.
Way sooner than that.
Okay. Have a nice weekend, guys.
I might be coming here tomorrow early.
I love you guys. Bye.
Love you guys. See ya.
Bye.